Madonna weekend here on the station. Coming up right now, we have a big picture special taking a look at Madonna's career in the movies.
The Big Picture is sponsored by Panasonic.
Action.
What are you looking at? Strike the pose. Strike the pose.
I went to New York. I had a dream. I wanted to be a big star. I didn't know anybody. I wanted to dance. I wanted to sing. I wanted to do all those things. I wanted to make people happy. I wanted to be famous. I wanted everybody to love me. I wanted to be a star. I worked really hard, and my dream came true.
My part in the movie is actually someone like myself, a singer in a club. So all my action takes place in a club, singing and dealing with the audience.
Crazy for you. It's all brand new. I'm crazy for you. And you know it's true. I'm crazy, crazy for you. It's all brand new. I'm crazy for you. And you know it's true. Yeah, I'm crazy for you. To you, you got to prove your love to me.
The movie I'm working on is called Desperately Seeking Susan. It's directed by Susan Seidelman, who did a movie called Smithereens. And I play Susan.
Susan! What are you doing here?
I got good news and bad news. What do you want to hear first?
You said you were going to leave.
Okay, good news first. Your wife isn't partners with the greaseball.
Susan, my wife has just been picked up on the Lower East Side, escaping from her gun-toting pimp.
He's not a pimp.
He's not a pimp.
He's not a pimp.
The bad news is that he's probably going to kill her because he thinks she's me.
What?
Did you ever read this? She kept a diary. It's great stuff. Couldn't sleep. Went into kitchen. Gary came in. Turned on light. Gary left. Finished birthday cake. Pages of it. It's got to be a cover. Nobody's life could be this boring.
You shouldn't be reading that. It's private.
Yeah, well, it's not about her. It's about me. Listen to this. He's looking for Susan again. She's late returning from Mexico. This is the 5th ad he's run. Why does he want to see her so badly? Who is she? And there's my picture. Gary, why didn't you tell me she read the personals? We could have settled this yesterday. Come on, come on, come on. I'm waiting. Get into the groove, boy, you got to prove you're to me. Yeah. Get up on your feet, yeah, step to the beat, boy, what will it be? Music can be such a revelation. Dancing around, you feel a sweet sensation. We might be lovers if the rhythm's right. I hope this feeling never ends tonight. Only when I'm dancing can I feel this free. At night I lock the doors and no one else can see. I'm tired of dancing here all by myself. Tonight I wanna dance with someone else. Get into the groove, boy, you got to prove your love to me. Yeah. Get into the groove to me sort of encapsulated everything I'd done from the beginning of my musical career to where I was standing on the stage. And it also meant a lot to me that the guy that I wrote it with and the guy that produced the record with me had been Stephen Bray was somebody that I'd been with since my childhood. So he sort of came through it all the way with me, and that made
meant a lot to me. And it was also in the first movie I ever did.
At night, I lock the doors where no one else can see. I'm tired of dancing here all by myself. Tonight, I wanna dance with someone else. Get into the groove.
The name of the movie is Shanghai Surprise, and it's a romantic adventure that takes place in Shanghai in 1938.
Look at that. Steady as a brain surgeon.
I have something to say to you, Mr. Wazy. I do not intend to be made a fool of. You're flippant, facetious, and I suspect sorely lacking in moral fiber. However, I'm duty-bound to Mr. Burns to work with you, and I shall try. We've made a deal, you and I and he, and I expect you to live up to it. Do I make myself clear?
I play a missionary, and Sean plays a con artist.
You really want to find this guy, huh?
We're not going to be discouraged by one little setback.
One little setback, I'd call it a lynch mob.
Alcoholics always tend to over-dramatize.
You're probably right, so I guess we'll just ignore the guy following us, huh?
It's the horrid man from the cricket fight. He's gaining.
Give me a coin. Come on, lady, we gotta grease the wheels. Wait, quiet in.
Who drinks a lot.
Please, Mr. Wazy, I give you my word. I'll never ask you to put yourself in danger again.
I'll drink to that.
When you see her, say a prayer and kiss your heart goodbye. She's trouble in a wood, get closer to the fire. Run faster, her laughter burns you up inside. You're spinning round and round, you can't get off, you try but you can. Tienes esa niña, señorita más fina. Tienes esa niña. You try to avoid her fate is in your hands. She's smiling, an invitation to the dance. Her heart is on the street to corazones suyo. Now you're falling at her feet. You try to get away, but you can't. Tienes esa niña, señorita más fina. Tienes esa niña, señorita más fina.
Extra! Tracy Battles mode!
Everywhere I turn! Tracy! 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 You're under arrest.
Aren't you gonna frisk me?
I chose to do Dick Tracy because it was a great script.
Whose side are you on?
Side I'm always on. Mine.
No grief for lips?
I'm wearing black underwear.
And I loved the character of Breathless Mahoney.
I was beginning to wonder what a girl had to do to get arrested.
Wearing that dress is a step in the right direction.
Breathless wears a lot of tight dresses. Those are her redeeming qualities. She has a vulnerable side, so if anyone can manage to be a villainess and vulnerable at the same time, that's interesting. Breathless loves 88 Keys, but only as a friend, and 88 Keys is madly in love with Breathless, because Breathless won't give him the time of day, really.
What was that all about?
My income tax.
Hey!
Breathless is madly in love with Dick Tracy, but Dick Tracy won't give her the time of day, so she's pretty miserable about that.
You know it's legal for me to take you down to the station and sweat it out of you under the
I
lights.
sweat a lot better in the dark. I don't know how you feel. You don't know if you want to hit me or kiss me. I get a lot of that.
Look, you're safe. Big boy's in jail. You're the one that can keep him there. Give me a call.
You're dirty lips. You need a bath.
Not the bat, big boy, not the bat!
What it all boils down to is that the people that we're in love with don't love us back. And that's easy to understand because that's how it happens in real life. You always love what you can't have.
Miss Johar. What a cute little boy.
I'll bet she does some nifty undercover work.
No one else could play her part but me.
something less. Something's better than nothing. Yes!
Let me see the top of that again, Brad.
All right, don't move. Who is it? Who is it?
To act and direct at the same time is kind of a schizophrenic existence. It's not really possible to do, but you just pretend that you're doing it.
You want me to take a risk? I want you to take a risk.
I told you I'd protect you if you testified.
Protect me?
It's my job.
I don't know about your job. I only know what I feel. If you can't tell me how you feel, Tracy, then I can't trust you. He's very giving, he's very generous, and he's a perfectionist. And I think that those are the best directors to work with.
I think I'm an okay director. I'd always like to have somebody else, but in a pinch, I will do it. This was a pinch, and I did it.
Sooner is better than later, remember.
When I first heard them, I just said, I can't sing those kind of songs. And it was a great learning experience, because you have to learn something and then you have to make it your own. If you didn't write it, you know, find what it is that's you in it. It was hard. It's hard to do a song badly, which is what I was supposed to be doing in that scene. So Warren was constantly telling me to not do it so good, to not move well, to not sing well, to just kind of drip through it. But after doing 100 takes of it, it wasn't hard to feel that way. I mean, it was painful, but that's fine.
Strike a pose. Strike a pose. What are you looking at? Strike a pose. Strike a pose.
People think that being a star is about being fabulous, being in the spotlight, having your picture taken all the time and having everyone worship and adore you. Being rich, rich, rich. Having it all. And you know what? They're absolutely right.
You got to let your body move to the music.
It's a movie about my life on the road during my tour. Yeah, all the things that happened.
Celebration, come together in every nation.
I wanted to make a movie that sort of pierced the public facade somewhat of this superstar and sort of looked at fame, but from a very personal side.
Dad, I'd love it if you'd come to both shows. I don't know. I mean, it's pretty racy in some sections. I don't know if you could take it 2 nights in a row.
Oh, do you have to get racy on the thing?
Dad, I'm not getting racy. I've been racy.
I know, but can't you tone it down a bit?
What, for you?
Yeah.
No, because that would be compromising my artistic integrity.
Well, of course. You undress in this performance?
No!
Oh, God.
Of course I don't.
Okay.
In the very beginning, when we weren't sure how things were going to work, I was constantly running ahead of him and his camera crew, getting in my dressing room and then slamming the door and locking it, so he couldn't get in.
luckily, she's not just like stubborn. You're not usually stubborn and you are initially, like when you first say no.
I say
you
no
tend
to
to be like,
everything.
no.
Alec, no. No way.
We talked about this in LA.
About me getting an adjustment? He disobeyed me. And that's why I love him.
Great. Take a breath. Good. This is crazy. Nobody talks about this on film?
Talks about what?
The insanity of doing this all on a documentary? Well, this is a serious matter, your throat, yes?
Why should I stop here?
But does anyone say it?
Who's anyone?
Well, anyone that comes into this insane atmosphere, you realize they all feel it when they come into this atmosphere. When they come into your dressing room, when they come wherever you are, they feel crazy. Now, do they talk about it?
No, they accept it.
Well, why don't they talk about it?
Because.
Well, you want to think about that, don't you?
No, I don't. So let's get back to my
I absolutely built a relationship, not only with Madonna, but also with the dancers and with the backup singers, because at the end, my access to their lives and to their feelings was only as good as my relationship to them.
Gee, Lord, it seems like every time I'm standing in this circle before the show, I'm asking you for something extra special. Well, I'm here again, and they say ask and you shall receive. So I'm begging you to give me a voice to sing with this evening.
Preacher got a day. Some time to celebrate. Just one day out of life. It would be so nice.
There were certain things definitely that I would manipulate, like when Moira McFarlane finally showed up at the hotel.
I didn't know she was going to be
didn't
there.
know.
He just said, oh, by the way, on your way out to the elevator, on your way to the sound check, Moira's going to be sitting there. And I haven't seen this woman in about 15 years.
She was like, are you kidding? I said, no. And that's when she like starts walking out and she goes, where's my idol for 10 years ago?
Where's my idol from 10 years
You didn't recognize me?
No, I didn't know you were coming out.
I don't have my glasses on. I can't see.
So, how are you? When you see the show, you'll forgive me for not talking to you.
I gotta ask you something. Can we sit down?
I can't sit down. I'm really sorry. Why?
I hate to do this in front of, very unexpectedly. Real unexpectedly.
Yeah.
I'm pregnant again.
Oh, really?
I want you to be the baby's godmother.
Really?
I really do.
Everybody has a preconceived notion of what I am, and since they're all sort of preoccupied about what I'm doing behind the scenes, you know, I'll just give them something that they can really sink their teeth into.
What's interesting is 250 hours of film that I shot, there wasn't a single frame that Madonna sort of censored.
Oh, everyone pressured me to leave just about everything out. In fact, everyone pressured me just to forget the whole thing. Just buy that movie back, put it in a closet, and have someone release it when you're dead.
The police are here, and they say that you can't do the masturbation scene tonight, otherwise you'll be arrested.
So what's considered masturbation?
I rarely had sex on tour because who can have sex when all of that is happening around you?
Sweating and you smell. Did I hurt you? Good.
Watching the editing process of this movie was like worth about 5 years of psychoanalysis in terms of learning about myself. You know, the camera doesn't lie.
I'm so desperate.
For what?
For some fun.
What
It's
kind of
all
fun do I
work.
have?
Well, this is fun to me.
Well,
Look,
then-
I mean, all I do is hang out with everybody in the show. After a while, it gets boring.
Who do you want to meet next?
I think I met everybody.
You want to talk it all off camera? You have nothing. She doesn't want to live off camera, much less talk. There's nothing to say off camera. Why would you say something if it's off camera? What point is there of existing?
The reason we did this in black and white and color in black and
Moolah.
white. It's not just moolah, it actually costs you as much, Annie.
It did?
Yeah. That was
Oh.
all a big lie.
I'll tell you why, because my zits don't show up in black and white as well as they do in color.
Dad, I can get you tickets any night you want to come.
Would be great.
And just tell me how many tickets you want. So I ask you to give me that little extra something special to show everybody here that I did make something out of my life. Amen. Have a great show.
Yeah, okay.
There's nobody like this man. There's nobody like my father who's here tonight. And I worship the ground that he walks on. And it's his birthday. And I was wondering if I could sing happy birthday to you in front of 20,000 people.
Any messages?
No messages.
This movie will definitely be one of those all-time classics, like The Wizard of Oz. That's good.
Did I get the next job?
What are you looking at? Strike a pose. Strike a pose.
The Big Picture was sponsored by Panasonic.